Night by Elie Wiesel. Summary Night is a memoir by Elie Wiesel, published in 1960, recounting his harrowing experiences as a teenager during the Holocaust. Taken from his hometown of Sia, Transylvania, Wiesel, along with his family and fellow Jewish community members, endures unimaginable suffering and loss in Nazi concentration camps. The memoir explores themes of faith, survival, human cruelty, and the struggle to maintain hope and identity amid profound despair. Plot summary. 1. Life in Sia and the beginning of persecution. The memoir begins in 1941, with Elie Wiesel, Elie, a devout Jewish teenager living in Sia. He spends his time studying Jewish mysticism under Moshe the Beadle, a local mentor. When Hungarian authorities deport Moshe, who later escapes and returns to warn the community about the atrocities he witnessed, the townspeople dismiss his warnings as the delusions of a madman. Soon after, German forces occupy Sia, and Elie and his family, along with the rest of the Jewish community, are forced into ghettos and eventually deported to Auschwitz. 2. The journey to Auschwitz. Elie, his family, and other Jews from Sia are packed into cattle cars for a grueling journey to Auschwitz. Conditions are cramped, and morale is low as people are deprived of food, water, and sanitation. On the way, Madame Schachter, a fellow passenger, experiences terrifying visions of fire, repeatedly screaming about flames and furnaces. Her visions foreshadow the horror awaiting them, though the others attempt to silence her, believing she has gone insane. When they finally arrive at Auschwitz, they are immediately confronted by the smell of burning flesh and the grim realization of what lies ahead. 3. The horrors of Auschwitz and separation from family. Upon arrival, Elie and his father are separated from his mother and younger sister, whom he never sees again. At Auschwitz, they are subjected to brutal treatment, including forced labor, starvation, and constant beatings. Elie witnesses inhumane cruelty, such as infants being thrown into fiery pits. These experiences shatter his faith and erode his sense of humanity. The repeated loss, despair, and violence take a toll on Elie's spiritual beliefs, as he struggles to reconcile his faith with the unspeakable suffering around him. 4. Struggle for survival and loss of faith. Elie and his father are later transferred to Buna, a labor camp within the Auschwitz complex, where they endure grueling work and relentless cruelty from the SS guards and Kapos, prisoner supervisors. Elie witnesses countless atrocities, including public executions and the torture of fellow inmates. As the daily brutality and hardship continue, Elie becomes increasingly numb to the horrors around him. His once strong faith fades as he questions God's presence amid the suffering, marking a profound shift in his identity and beliefs. 5. The march to Buchenwald and final days with his father. As the Russian army advances, the Nazis evacuate Auschwitz, forcing prisoners on a brutal death march in the freezing winter to Buchenwald, a concentration camp in Germany. Weak, starved, and exhausted, Elie and his father struggle to keep each other alive, supporting one another despite the overwhelming urge to give up. In Buchenwald, Elie's father succumbs to dysentery, exhaustion, and a brutal beating, leaving Elie devastated and alone. His father's death instills in Elie a profound sense of emptiness, stripping away his last source of hope and connection to family. 6. Liberation and the aftermath. In April 1945, Buchenwald is liberated by American forces. However, by the time of liberation, Elie is emaciated, weakened, and mentally scarred. Standing in front of a mirror for the first time in years, he sees only a corpse staring back at him, symbolizing the physical and emotional devastation inflicted upon him. Although free, Elie feels a deep, lasting void from the horrors he endured, and the memoir closes with a haunting reflection on the loss of innocence, faith, and humanity that the Holocaust inflicted on its survivors. Key themes. 1. Faith and doubt. Throughout the memoir, Elie grapples with the loss of his faith in God. Witnessing the unimaginable cruelty and suffering of the Holocaust forces him to question his beliefs, leading him to a crisis of faith that mirrors the collective struggle of many Holocaust survivors. 2. The struggle for survival and humanity. Elie's experiences highlight the lengths people go to survive under oppressive circumstances, often leading to a loss of identity, dignity, and humanity. The memoir examines how survival can overshadow compassion, as prisoners sometimes turn against one another under the extreme pressures of the camps. 3. Father-son bonds and family. The bond between Elie and his father serves as a source of strength and a tragic point of loss. Their relationship illustrates the sustaining power of familial love, as well as the anguish of watching loved ones suffer. His father's death represents the loss of Elie's final connection to his past and his pre-war identity. 4. The dehumanizing effects of oppression. Wiesel's experiences reveal the Nazis' systematic dehumanization of Jewish prisoners, stripping them of their identities and dignity. The camp's brutal conditions expose the horrific capacity for human cruelty, presenting a stark reminder of the consequences of hatred and prejudice. Conclusion. Night by Elie Wiesel is a powerful memoir of resilience, survival, and the emotional toll of the Holocaust. Through Elie's first-hand experiences, Wiesel captures the loss of innocence, faith, and humanity under extreme oppression. His story serves as both a personal testimony and a universal reminder of the devastating impact of hatred and prejudice. Night remains a poignant work that compels readers to confront the horrors of history, ensuring that the memory of the Holocaust endures for future generations.